Hi guys, welcome to another Foundation Friday. I love these videos. I am really starting to love these videos. So today's foundation is by no other than MAC. So you know MAC is an oldie but goodie. I will never ever forget about MAC foundation. So stay tuned if you want to know what I used, what I think about it, do I still love it, have I moved on, then keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys. Okay, first guys, I had someone ask me why I use MAC paint pot in my smile line, so I'm going to briefly explain it today. I have some new subscribers, so maybe they never saw why I use this or why I started using this. About maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago, Savannah Silver here on YouTube was using this in her smile lines, and she said that it was really good for stopping the creasing, the cracking, and the settling of your foundation if you have smile lines. So I started using it and have not put it down since. So I usually use MAC Laying Low or MAC Painterly. It just depends. It's just a lighter shade. I'll use the lighter shades, even though it's one I used to use, but I can't think of the name now. It'll come to me and then I'll put it on the screen, but I can't remember right now. So I just take it on a brush. It doesn't matter what kind of brush you use because you're going to use your fingers eventually, and I can't find a brush yet. So I'll just get a brush and push it into my smile lines. This is really like an eyeshadow primer, but it's excellent for this. I hardly ever use it as an eyeshadow primer. So then I'll just take my finger and pat it in, and that's it. Sometimes I might smile to make sure I'm getting that area, but my finger warms it up. Now for the star of the show today, I'm using MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. This is so old, but in my opinion, so good. So the shade I have is NC55, and I have a NC50. I'm gonna do NC50 on this side and NC55 on this side, so you can get a comparison and see which shade you like best. But I prefer both of them. I just pick up whatever I feel like picking up. So both shades will work for me. So if you use me as a foundation reference, then both shades would work in my opinion, but you might prefer one over the other. But this is a 24-hour wear buildable full matte coverage all in shine control foundation, which you all know this foundation from MAC has been around for ages. Some say it's too cakey, too full coverage, and I find that the less I use, the more I enjoy it. So let's get started. I'm gonna use, like I said, NC50 on this side. So I got my little pumper thing, so I don't have a pump. A little thing. That's the only thing. You can buy a pump with MAC foundations. They don't come with a pump. You have to buy it. Okay, so this is the shade NC50. And let's just apply it. I got me some new Shop Miss A brushes, so we can use that. I kind of almost want to use something to swipe it on there first. Yeah, I'll use so you can see. And Shop Miss A brush, dollar brush. So as you can see, that provided full coverage with barely any product at all. You see that coverage on there? and it is matte. It's not tight, it's not drying, it's not making my skin feel uncomfortable. And the coverage, and this is NC50. Now let's do NC55. I think this was the newer box, so this is just an old one that I have. So this is NC55. I probably, let me do a little bit more in this area. It's right there. Now let's do NC55, and right here at the bottom is NC55. So maybe you could tell a difference, but I don't. Here's another. So here we go, guys. This is NC55 and this is NC50. So I don't see a difference. Maybe you do, but the colors to me are the same. I'm going to highlight today with my Dior Backstage and 4W. I have a matte concealer. I just don't know where it is. And this is semi-matte. I'm going to use a little bit of this LA Girl Fawn, only because that Dior is kind of bright today. Just mix a little bit of it in. Let that sit for a hot second. I had a bronzer I wanted to use today, but I can't dig today. So I'll just stick with what I know. I got my Morphe number 18. I'm gonna use a sponge today. I decided to do this foundation for Foundation Friday today, only because that's all I watch all day on YouTube. If I'm on YouTube, it's mostly makeup videos, and I hardly ever see anyone do MAC or talk about MAC anymore. And I've said this like a million times on my channel. I still love MAC. Like, I really still love MAC. And I don't know if people like still go to the makeup counters to get their makeup done, because you know MAC used to be really popular for that, but I probably not, because there's so many people, independent artists out there who do makeup nowadays, that they probably won't need to go. But MAC was one of the companies that really got me into makeup and started showing me how to do makeup properly, or just apply it. Let me go with the sponge. My next step after I finish with my eyeshadow declutters, I wanted to do a foundation, but if I'm being realistic, I probably never get rid of my foundations, only if they're expired or no good, because I know the foundations that I usually buy are ones that I have been thinking about for a while and have researched and looked at and tried and went and picked up another shade, and So foundations are products that I 100% wanted. Like eyeshadow palettes, I just pick up here and there just because I think that the colors are pretty, or I want it all, and not really. But foundations are more thought out, I should say, by me. I think more about foundations before I purchase them. I have several coming this week, so we'll be trying them out. I like full coverage foundations, but I don't want it to look like it's full coverage. If that makes sense. Like I want it to look still skin-like, still breathable, still light and airy, but full coverage. Is that even possible nowadays? And I love watching, I don't know if you all watch him, but his name is Painted by Spencer. I think he does such a beautiful makeup. Like his sponge technique is just so calming and amazing. I said I'm gonna do my makeup with a sponge like that. Like he just takes the sponge and it's like he's barely swiping the model's face. Like it looks so flawless. Okay, let me just take one of the brushes because y'all know I have to blend out the edge of this concealer. We don't want to look like the spotlight. And I'm going to take my powder, my Morphe setting powder and Banana Rich to set this. Y'all know the deal. And we want to focus. This powder is so finely milled. I'm still waiting on the Uma Beauty powder to get in stock at Ulta so I can try that, because one of my subscribers raves about that powder and I really want to try it. But I'm waiting on the shade, I think it's Honey, to get back in stock. And as you can see, I always go overboard with powder. Like, not why you got that much powder on your face. This is one of my favorite steps too. I love this step. Okay. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, I popped on some lashes. Micro Smooth Deep Sephora to dust off this powder that I got carried away with. But that's okay. It's like that sometimes. I found a bronzer that I was in love with probably last year, and it's by Beauty Bakery in my stash. The other one I had, I think it broke or something, so I had a backup, right? And here we go. It's at Target for $12. And it's the Perfect Blend bronzer. Perfect shade, perfect blend, perfect shade. Let me use this fluffy brush because we're using it as a bronzer slash blush today. So Lord, I love you. Okay, let's spray the face in YX. Hi guys, so I am back and this is how my face is looking. As you can see, MAC never fails. So we got NC50, NC55. I'm still looking the same. Get up just a little bit closer so you can see without me falling over. Yeah, MAC. After all these years, MAC still has it, in my opinion. I see nothing wrong with MAC foundation. Like, you know how some companies will usually reinvent their foundation or do something new with their foundation. In my opinion, MAC, just leave this alone. If you want to make a new foundation, then make a new foundation. But the Studio Fx foundation on its own is good on its own. I absolutely, well, let me change it like this so you don't get, yeah, this is right. The Studio Fx foundation on its own is great. I mean, I look like I have on makeup today, which is okay. Some days I want to look like I got on makeup. Like I want to look like I really, really beat my face that day. It's comfortable. It's not heavy. It's no smell. I know it's going to wear for a good 10 to 11 hours. I don't have to worry about getting extremely oily in my T-zone. It does control the oil and the shine. This MAC, I need to play with you more often. I really do. I need to, and I've been saying that for the last couple of months with you guys, that I would need to go to the MAC store. I do have a MAC store in my area, so I do need to go in there and see, you know, just what MAC got going on. Because at one point I used to love to go to MAC, but yeah. So drop down in the comments as always and let me know if you have this foundation. What shades do you use? Do you still enjoy this foundation? Is MAC something that you have gotten away from, or is MAC something that you will always repurchase no matter what? Drop down and let me know, because right now I'm liking this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next Friday on the next Foundation Friday, Throwback Friday. Bye y'all.